Good afternoon. I had the opportunity to play the role of Mr. Kirgy in the play You Can't Take It With You. It's one of many stage plays that are most successful and entertaining in giving large numbers of actors and actresses with comedy and drama. This film is a brief touch of the play and with me.
Good evening. Yes, well, how do you do?
How do you do?
Are we too early? No. Come right on in. Not a problem at all. We're glad to see you.
Yes, but it's just, we thought you were coming tomorrow night. Tomorrow night?
It's not a problem. It's nothing at all. Just make yourselves at home.
Tony, how could you possibly?
I don't know. I thought it was...
Really, Tony, this is most embarrassing. Well...
Mrs. Kirby, may I take your wrap?
Well, thank you. If you're perfectly sure that we're not...
Oh, please, Mrs. Kirby, no need to be alarmed when they're perfectly harmless.
Thank you.
And take them into the kitchen.
It's just, we are so used to them around the house. I'm sorry to...
I feel very uncomfortable about this. Tony, how could you have done such a thing?
I'm sorry, Dad. I thought it was tonight.
This is very careless of you. Very.
Oh, now anyone can get mixed up, Mr. Kirby.
Yes, well, how about some food for these folks? After all, they did come for dinner.
Oh, please don't bother. We're really not hungry at all. But it's not really a bother. And for
Darling, I'm the most dull-witted person in the world. I thought it was tonight.
Oh, I told you I thought you... I'm sorry. I can't imagine why I wasn't... Have you all met each other?
Yes, indeed.
How do you do, Alice? Oh, how do you do, Mrs. Kirby? I'm afraid I'm not very presentable.
Darling, you look lovely.
Of course she does. Don't let this upset you, my dear. We've all just met each other a night sooner, that's all.
Of course. Yes, but I was planning such a nice dinner tomorrow night.
Well, come again tomorrow night.
Oh, there you are, Alice. Am I
I attended to. Yes, but Mother, because Mr. Kirby suffers from indigestion, he can only eat certain things.
Oh, it's all right.
Of course it is, darling.
I asked him what he wanted, Alice.
Now, it's not as serious as all that. Just because I have a little indigestion.
Ah! Perhaps it is not indigestion at all, Mr. Kirby. Perhaps it is stomach ulcer.
Please.
Tearing off again, bogus. I might make a play for the caddy, but when I do, I don't follow through, 'cause my heart belongs to Daddy. Oh, if I, a boy someday.
Well, I think she'll be all right now. Has Donald come back yet? No, he hasn't. Oh, well, I'm sure it won't be any time at all now. Oh, you must be starved.
Oh, no, that's quite all right. Oh, what's this? I didn't know there were little children in the house. Oh, no, that's mine. Really? Well, I suppose every man has his hobby. Or do you use it as a model of some kind? No, I just play with it. I see.
Perhaps you'd be better off with a hobby like that, Dad, instead of raising orchids.
Yes, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, kind of an expensive hobby, isn't it, raising orchids?
Yes, it is. But I find that if a hobby gives one sufficient pleasure, it's never expensive.
That's very true.
You see, I need something to relieve my daily nerve strain. After a week on Wall Street, I'd go crazy without something like that. A lot of men, I know, have yours. Just for that very reason.
That hobby? Wrestling. In wrestling, you must think quick with the mind and act quick with the body. Oh, I am very sorry, but next time you wrestle, Mr. Kirby, you will of course not wear the glasses.
I do not intend to wrestle again, Mr. Kirby.
Well, sit down,
Mr. Bledsoe, how did you do this? And why didn't somebody stop him?
I think perhaps if you don't mind, perhaps we had better be going.
Mother!
Oh, Mrs. Kirby, please. Please don't go, Mrs. Kirby. Mr. Kirby, I have made some plain salad, scrambled eggs for you. Please, Mr. Kirby, don't go.
I am very sorry if I did something wrong, and I apologize.
I can't tell you how sorry I am.
That's
I've
quite
been
all right.
here.
Of course it is. We're not going.
Well, that was exciting for a minute, wasn't it?
Delay, but everything will be ready in just minutes. Woo!
With glasses.
But Mother, Mr. Kirby doesn't. Oh, he'll love it. Here you are, Mr. Kirby. Write your name on that piece of paper. And Mrs. Kirby, you write yours on this one. What is this game, Mother?
Oh, it's a game I used to play at school. It's called Forget Me Not.
Here you are, Grandpa.
Now, I'm going to call out fire. It shows the reactions people have to different things. You see how simple that is, Mr. Kirby.
Come on, Father, be a sport.
Very well, I should be happy to play.
See, Alice does want to play. All done with your papers. I'll have your paper, Mr. Kirby. Your paper first. This is Mr. Kirby, everybody. Potatoes, steak. That's very good, Mr. Kirby. You see how they go together. Steak and potatoes.
So I just have to think of it.
Oh, it's very good. Now the next one is bathroom, toothpaste. What? Lust, unlawful. Isn't that nice?
I think it's a silly game and you ought to stop it. Yes.
No. Please, go on, Mrs.
All right, where was I? Lust, human.
You? Really? Really?
I just meant, Anthony, that lust is, after all, human emotion.
I don't agree with you. Lust is not a human emotion. It is depraved. What was the last word?
Honeymoon.
Oh, yes. And what was Mrs. Kirby's answer?
Honeymoon. Dull.
Something, Miriam, you wouldn't have put down.
It was just the first thing that came into my head, that's all.
What does it mean? Sex? Wall Street?
I don't know what it means, Anthony. It's just you're always talking about Wall Street. Even when I don't know what I meant. Would you mind terribly, Alice, if we didn't stay for dinner? I'm afraid this game has given me a headache.
I understand.
Yes, possibly we better postpone the dinner if you don't mind.
Oh, but you're going to come tomorrow night, aren't you? I'm afraid we have an engagement tomorrow night.
Perhaps we possibly better postpone the whole affair a little while for weather.
I think we're being very ungracious, Father. Of course we'll stay to dinner. Tonight.
I have a very bad headache, Tony.
Come, Tony. I'm sure everyone understands.
Well, I don't. I think we ought to stay.
Good night.
Bye.
Stay right where you're at, everybody. Don't move.
Your mouth shut. Which one is it? This is him, Chief.
Hey, what do you want?
Hey!
Why, I didn't do anything.
Grandpa, what is it?
This is an outrage. Shut it up.
What is your name?
Well, how do you do? Good evening.
Good evening.
Forgive my intruding. Tony, I want you to come home with me. Your mother is very upset.
Very well, Father. Goodbye, Alice.
Goodbye, Tony.
I need hardly say that this is as painful to Mrs. Kirby and myself as it is to you people. I'm sorry. I'm sure you understand. No, I would not say that. Although I am not accustomed to going out to dinner and spending the night in jail.
Well, you've got to remember, Mr. Kirby, You came on the wrong night. Now tonight, why, I'll bet you nothing will happen at all. Maybe.
Mr. Vanderhoff, it's not merely last night that convinced Mrs. Kirby and myself that this engagement would be unwise.
Father, I can handle my own affairs. Alice, for the last time, will you marry me?
No, Tony. I know exactly what your father means.
Beg your pardon, Mr. Vanderhoff, I'm a very happy man.
Are you?
Certainly I am.
I don't think so. Now, what do you think you get your indigestion from? Happiness? No, sir. You get it because you spend most of your time doing things that you don't want to do.
I don't do anything I don't want to do.
Yes, you do.
That's a very easy thing to say, Mr. Vanderhoff, but I have spent my entire life building up this my business.
And what's it got you? The same kind of mail every morning, the same kind of deals, same kind of meetings, same kind of dinner, same indigestion. Now, where does the fun come in? Don't you think there ought to be something more? You must have wanted something more when you started out, Mr. Kirby. You know, we don't have much time, any of us.
Live the way you do? Do nothing?
Well, I have a lot of fun. Yeah, I have all the time I need. I read, talk, even visit the zoo now and then. Practice my darts. Don't have to see anybody. I have enough time to spend until to notice when the spring comes around. I don't see anybody I don't want to see. Don't have 6 hours of something to do before I get 1 hour to do what I want.
The matter with that? Suppose we all did it. Fine world we have. Everybody going to zoos. Don't be ridiculous, Mr. Vanderhoff. Who would do the work?
There's always people that do the work. You can't stop them. Inventions, they fly the ocean. There's also people ready to go down to Wall Street because they like it. But from what I've seen of you, Mr. Kirby, I don't think you're one of them. I think you're missing something.
I am not aware of missing anything.
Neither was I, until I quit. I used to get down to that office 9 o'clock sharp every morning, no matter how I felt. I used to lose sleep at night for fear I wouldn't get the contract. I used to worry about the world, too. I just got all worked up over whether Cleveland or Blaine would be president. It seemed awfully important at the time, and now, who cares?
Yes, I do see. And it's a very dangerous philosophy, Mr. Vanderhoff. It's un-American. It is exactly why I'm opposed to this marriage. I don't want Tony to come under his influence.
What's the matter with it, Father?
Man, why, it's downright communism, that's what it is.
You didn't always think so.
I most certainly did. What are you talking about?
I'll tell you what I'm talking about. You didn't always think so because there was a time when you wanted to be a trapeze artist.
What? Don't be an idiot, Tony.
Oh, yes, you did. I came across those letters you wrote to Grandfather. Do you remember them?
No! How dare you!
Why, isn't that wonderful? Did you wear tights, Mr. Kirby?
Certainly not. The whole thing is absurd. I was 14 years old at the time.
Yes, but at 18, you wanted to be a saxophone player.
Tony!
And at 21, you ran away from home because Grandfather wanted you to go into the business. It's all down there in black and white. You didn't always think so.
Thank God. My father knocked them out of me. And I went into the business. And then I forgot about them.
Not altogether, Father. There's still a saxophone in the back of your clothes closet.
There is.
That's nothing, Tony. Discuss this later.
No. I get it. And I'm not going on with it. And I'll tell you something else. I didn't make a mistake last night. I knew it was the wrong night. I brought you here on purpose.
Tony?
Because I wanted you to wake up. I wanted you to see a real family as they really were. A family that loved and understood each other. You don't understand me. Never had time. Well, I'm not going to make your mistake. I'm clearing out.
Clear. What do you mean?
I mean, I'm not going to be pushed into the business just because I'm your son. I'm giving out while there's still time.
Tony, what are you going to do?
I don't know. Maybe I'll be a bricklayer. But at least I'll be doing something I want to do.
That must be the cab.
Would you tell them to wait just a minute, Ed?
Grandpa,
Do you mind, Alice?
please stay, Mr. Kirby. We've got all that food from last night, tonight.
Yes, why don't you stay? Give us a chance to get better acquainted.
How about Father? Will we stay for dinner?
You can't do that. I'll have to wait.
How? If Alice will send away that cab, Mr. Vanderhoff.
What do you say, Alice? It looks like it's going to be a pretty good crowd. Do you think you ought to stay?
I'm going to stay. Families ought to get to know one another, don't you think?
Mr. Kirby! Tony! Tony, oh, Grandpa, you're wonderful!
Yeah, I've been telling you that for years.
Here's a letter for you, Grandpa. It was in the icebox.
Letter from the government.
How do you do, Mr. Kirby?
How do you do?
Now, Miss Sipmore, if you'll step into the office, I'd like to do a little dictating.
Guess I better go tell that cat.
Well.
What is it, Grandpa?
Government apologizes. Yeah. Seems I don't owe him a nickel. Well, I don't know what kind. Outline now. I don't owe him a nickel. Seems they made a mistake. That's what it is. Thank you. Yeah. Seems I made a mistake. You remember? Seems I died 8 years ago.
Grandpa?
Well, remember Charlie the milkman?
Yes!
Well, we buried him under my name. So I just told the government that they made a mistake, that I was Martin Vanderhoff Jr. And they say that they are sorry and that I might even get a refund.
My Grandpa, you're an old friend!
Oh, sure. How did you say you escaped the income tax?
Tonight, my friends, you are really going to eat. How do you do?
Why? I'm glad to see you again.
What has happened? Oh, he's relaxing.
Everything is almost ready. You can sit down.
Oh, come on, everyone, dinner's ready! Come on, Mr. Kirby.
Yes, I'm coming.
Essie, stop your dancing and please come to dinner.
You're going to love Russian food, Mr. Kirby.
Oh, but please be careful of your indigestion.
Nonsense, I haven't had any indigestion.
How was your trip to the Adirondacks?
That goes snake.
When we sit down for dinner in Russia,
What did you do in Russia?
Quiet.
I think everyone does, I'm not sure. Oh, Essie has
Are you
a
in a chair now?
chair.
Quiet, please. All right, everybody. Good. Well, sir, here we are again. And everything's going along well. We're certainly much obliged. It looks like Alice is going to be marrying Tony, and that they'll be very